Hi again. I think it's almost 2 in the morning. I'm at work doing a little bit of laundry and watching Rocky 5. I like the Rocky series a lot. So, I'm going to read you a few more poems. I think one or two of these I've already shared with you guys, but I've done some gentle editing and a little bit of revision. I don't have my contacts in, and I have my glasses, but they don't really work for anyway, I'm just going to read it really close up. This is called The Strangeness of Now. So it's come to this, small talk, where once the very universe seemed unable to hold our extravagant thoughts, abundant words, and the gluttony of our feelings. We are now texting, cordially, civilly, silly really, given all we were, or I should say, all I thought we were. Now the masks we don are those of acquaintances, the role of friendly folk who are still somewhat invested in the well-being of the other, rather like checking in on a neighbor, collecting their mail when they're away. Polite and perhaps fueled only by dutiful memory and routine. We now bury the embarrassment of expression, the grandiose affection, the enormity of fondness plummeting to something not quite love, but certainly more than just friends. Friends, who now are discussing work, body aches and growing pains, growing old pains, bills and debts, and whether a certain date is a bank holiday or not, and any other mundane detail we once presumed to soar above from the arrogantly lofty height of love. No endearments embedded comfortingly in the messages, no cushion of kindness to soften the hard edges of the world, the unexpected sharp corners of our world. Now conversations as strained as our eyes at the unsparing glare of an overhead light, ugly and harsh and unflattering, when so recently I'd light candles for you, for us. Now for just me, in the pre-dawn blue, daytime as at dusk, and the lamps were always dimmed. I'm blind as a bat, you guys. Look at this, this is called Epiphany at 4 a.m. You learn about love even as you learn about its leaving, even when love is changing and you are left grieving. You learn that you don't slam the door screaming, hurling your hurt like a vase which held his flowers and now contains the ashes of what once was. Now you gently close the door, lean up against it, hear the latch catch, and your breath, it catches too. You train yourself to breathe, inhale and exhale, in and out and through it like labor pains. The sweet agony of an entity once part of you, now separate. This parting, this detaching is labor. It is hard, heroically so. But your heart remains strangely soft throughout, like the types of wood which are young, resilient and pliable. And so you press against the smooth wood of the closed door with your palm, your cheek. You achingly stroke the goodbye, like you once did his face, aged yet unlined, and you wish him well. A lot of finger licking, you know. These pages are dry. This one is a revision of Sunday. I polished it up a little. Is this the right one? The sun seems somehow bolder when it makes an appearance after a snowy night, brazen and burnished, glinting like ancient gilt, a noble, regal light. Luminous on the lawn's silvered sheen as prisms erupt like silent songs dancing along as this huge shiny penny ignites the dawn. The sun visits all, making its rounds, Crystal tiaras and diamonds adorn the trees, dripping down, and beauty on loan to slush-laden roads turning brown. The smiling sky promising that light always arrives after dark, and warmth awaits as rays encircle you like arms to melt into the day's new embrace. I wrote this one like 5 years ago. It's called January Lake. January Lake. She speaks to me, this frozen body of water, with cracks in her once fluid form. Like her, I too am split open. In the darkness below, still reluctantly swirling, a seeming death peers up, as gulls hover on the edge, straddling the divide of cold, solemn solidity, yet nourished by what glistens and dances at the ledge. The fat Canadian geese waddle walk confidently, insolently. How wonderful to both fly and swim and find sustenance deep within. This ambivalence hums just beneath my surface as well, where feelings skate like reckless children, like heaven flirting with hell, all too close to the precarious corners of safety. The holes are not vacantly staring back at me, but heaving. Heaving, blinking like dark eyes, alive beneath stony coldness, and perhaps the birds, meanwhile, still dream of warmth. Though hope is as fragile as a feather, the winged ones don't worry about things such as weather. They do adapt, after all, the ones who stay, anyway, adjusting their bodies, backs, feet, and wings to the threat of snow, the promise of spring. And the cattails whisper to the wind, who scatter crystalline retorts as she blows. I tossed a smooth stone to see which way it would go. Its gray half skidded across the surface, performing an eerie dance as it found the divots. The lake sighs and whimpers, still inviting as her surface slowly swells silver. Listen, she is even singing. She is even singing softly, like a mother imploring her children to bravely accept winter's embrace, reminding them as they shiver of all that shimmers beneath her. So you see, some of my poems rhyme, and sometimes they partially rhyme. And I made copies of these for my friend Roberta in California, but I think I made them too small, and she's an elderly lady who doesn't always see that well, so... But I did have fun with, like, fonts and things like that. My son gave me quite the laptop and printer tutorial. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm just killing a little time, and I really should try to get a little rest, because tomorrow I have therapy, and then I'm having lunch with a friend from the program, and I said all this before. Then I'm going to go to the cafe where I'm starting a new job, and I'm really excited. I'm excited about everything that's going on right now. It might not seem like it, because I spend a lot of time complaining too, but it's very good for me to keep busy, and if I could just get on some kind of like a sleep routine or schedule, it would make things better. But that's it. I just felt like sharing some poems with you guys. Now I'm going to put my glasses back on and finish finish watching Rocky. Okay, peace out.